think that there's probably, this is a massive industry and probably different players are at different stages of embracing that change. And within the organizations, there's probably different business units that are more or less prepared for that change. So I think that the challenge is understanding and knowing where you are, where your organization is in that part of the journey. And try to see if you can fill in some of the gaps and embrace and pivot and change how you're approaching things perhaps. So yeah, I think it's very dependent on where you are in the organization. Well, I think if you look at the kind of the skill sets that you can have in AI, I think that there is people that are going to be specialized on the data itself, on like how do we get the right data, what's the right data to use, how is that data not biased. So a lot of the collection of the data, how do we clean it all, how do we wrangle it, make it ready for the models. There's people who are probably going to specialize in the actual modeling, predictions, and how do we best optimize that work, what are the rewards inside the model so you can make it more impactful for organization. And there's people that are probably going to be working on extracting the insights, understanding, making the business decisions, and so I think there's probably like a long chain of work where there's a lot of specialization. So yeah, I think that's also exciting because if it's useful that all of those stakeholders across that chain kind of talk with each other, understand each other, like what things are they working on, how do you influence the business decisions influence what you're trying to gather from the data, how the business decisions are influencing how the models are built. So yeah, I think that's the understanding. You probably cannot do everything, you cannot be in every single piece of the chain, but you can contribute and collaborate between all those different pieces. For me, it was very impactful to see that, or at least, it confirms a lot of the things that I believe, for example, that other players in the industry are doing, like we saw with what Google is doing with CCTVs, what TikTok is doing. And then the problem is that you need to understand that all of your competitors and all of your the big tech players are not going to stop innovating. No? So you have to either embrace that and accelerate and meet them at the same pace as they are innovating, so that you can innovate in the same way, or you're going to probably be left behind. No? So I think that you have to pivot really fast. You have to embrace the change and hopefully come out of the other end as a stronger company.